recording?
We are.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
It is evening for us right now.
Actually, right. Good day, good morning.
How is everybody doing?
Welcome to podcast number 159.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Dina. You can find me at The Knitting Place on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook.
I am Pam. You can find me as Pam Sapp on Instagram and Ravelry, and Pam Sapienza on Facebook.
So, how's everybody doing? Hope you're all in knitting heaven.
Yeah, tip-top knitting shape.
The weather has changed. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I really think it's sweater weather.
Sweater weather. Well, I don't know. I mean, we've just finished. We're completing our 4th day of rain, and
temperatures have dropped.
It was very chilly. But I think, who knows? Every day you check the forecast. And
okay, more importantly, it's September. The temperatures have dropped. I'm so ready to cast on everything and just knit anything. Fall, shawl, sweater, anything.
Right?
I'm so excited. Like, this is like the perfect time of the year.
Of course, it definitely is.
For me, anyway.
Time to get all those knitting things. Like I said last week, we'll see if I can... I wanted to knit a hat a month, right? Isn't that what I said?
I'm not holding you to it. You mentioned that.
Last year, I really didn't do much hat knitting. I feel like my hat collection...
Hats.
Last year?
Yeah, you also designed some.
Oh, I did that one, the Fua hat. I did the Fua hat last year. I know, I was looking for that yarn yesterday.
So,
Let me see if I had any left over. Couldn't find it.
What size needle were you on for that? Was that a 4?
I might have been on a 4.
I don't know. To a 6?
I doubled it. I think I doubled the Fua.
Oh.
I doubled it. For the hat, you had, because you wanted some density to it.
Right.
But I don't know. I was looking through my yarn yesterday. I think I could knit for 5 years off of the yarn I have at home.
Yarn stash.
You know what yarn I still have at home? Remember the yarn that Patrice gave me for that blanket to crochet for her? She got it up in Maine.
Have you ever started it?
Farmer's Market. Oh, yeah, I started it. But I haven't finished it. The problem was, and it's bothering me.
Did you run short or something?
It should have been wide. Yeah, she got me more. I really think it should be wider, and I'm not certainly taking out what I've done. So I'm trying to think what kind of a border can I put on it. It's crocheted, and it's a non-superwash yarn, probably worsted weight to Aaron, probably a good worsted weight. She got it at a farmer's market up in Maine, and the thing about this yarn was it was like dyed in the sun. Sun-dyed, something like that.
Sun-dried.
Well, I don't know. She did something in this, or she was using like seawater or something.
Plants. She was like plant-based.
She's been at some shows that we were at.
Yeah.
She was at Rhinebeck one year.
I do recall in one of the
yeah.
Was that
So I have that. That was in my stash yesterday. I said, I'm like, if I could get that out, I'd have more room.
Is that what you're trying to achieve?
That would be like, if you could get that out, you'd say, gee, look what I've accomplished, right? Does anyone feel that way when they get a large project done?
Somehow I feel like that only applies to my knitting bag.
Oh, your knitting bag.
Yes, like I finished a few things, so I can now fill it up.
Put more in your bag.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Somehow I've expanded to 3 bags.
That's true. Well, did you get any knitting done this weekend?
I did.
Dinah still has... Oh, well, she had the holiday. You had the holiday this weekend.
Yes.
And Dinah had company, too, so...
Yes, but I got knitting done, and I'm very happy.
Good.
Yeah. We watched a lot of TV. I finished The Beauty Queen of Jerusalem.
I know, wasn't that good?
Of course, my husband at the end was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry that this is ending."
Oh, he complained about it.
Like,
did the second season get better? You had said you were...
Well, towards the end, forget about it.
Yeah. Did you see with that husband? Oh, I was so annoyed with that guy.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. But again, that was the time. It was the 1940s.
Yeah.
And,
life was so different back then. And even
How'd you feel about the mother?
Mercata?
No. The
Rosa?
Mother. Rosa. And I'm just curious because I was thinking about this one day and I was trying to decide if she was, if I liked her, if she was likable or not.
I think she's a tough cookie she's like a tough nut to crack. She does what she has to do. She's very obedient. It's funny. Listen to me. Obedient. That's like not the word you would describe. She is like she's as they say in Yiddish, a balabusta, like she wants to get everything done. She's like, gets it all done. Whether she's happy or not, she gets it all done. I think at the end, she turned and kind of let everybody know that she's not going to get walked all over. She does it, but she wants it done on her
You're
terms.
talking about when she went and made a deal with the guy at the deli?
At the deli,
Delicatessen, you talking
let's
about
just
that?
say, yeah, she grew some,
You know what?
yeah.
Well, you know, she certainly
grew
was a
courage.
strong woman. She was a strong woman. I mean,
Extremely.
You know, she exhibits a lot of strength. So that you have to admire. I did not admire the way she treated her daughter. I thought that was awful.
Luna, I felt a little weird about that,
Yeah,
for sure.
that I did not like at all.
Yeah, but I think that's part of the, you know, part of the jealousy that the whole dynamic in the show.
Well, it was interesting because
Anchored
Luna was
by
her
that.
child. Luna was
know.
her child. Why didn't
Because she
like Luna?
envied-
How did that?
I
How
think-
did her husband's relationship with
tell
the
you.
daughter?
The way I read it is that she envied the love that he gave Luna.
Right.
The same love that he gave.
And that she couldn't get.
Exactly. She just wanted to be loved.
Yeah. Well,
And he
unfortunately,
did love her, but just in a different way.
But it's very interesting, regardless of what happened. And there were times throughout it where he kind of realized that, you know, well, I don't know what he realized. She was his wife. She had done something good, or she had been through whatever. He still could never bring himself to be affectionate towards her.
I need
You know?
affection. I need to be touched. Yeah,
He
exactly.
couldn't even hug her. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever.
Something happened, and I think it just
Well, hopefully we're not boring you. We should stop talking about it if you didn't watch it.
watch it. It's interesting.
We're not giving anything away. But so then I started watching. Of course,
I
this
started
was-
watching a new show,
What'd you watch?
The Bear.
What is that about? What is it? What's the genre?
It's a drama. It's about a family business. It's a restaurant business, and there's one brother died, and another brother inherits the business, and it's the dynamic in the
Oh,
restaurant.
nice. Okay, look at that. The Bear.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it shows you I have no intelligence. I'm very vapid because I started watching.
Don't say that.
Yeah. I'll think of the name of it. Give me a second. It'll come to me. I started watching. I can't think of the name of it.
It'll come to you.
It'll come to me.
Okay.
It's that show where they're dating each other, but they can't see each other. What the heck is it called? Ugh. I can't think of it.
We saw one episode of a
What?
religious woman with the dating.
You know what tonight is?
What, The Bachelor?
The Golden Bachelor.
Oh, the golden.
They're interviewing him tonight. They're interviewing the Golden Bachelor. Everybody wants to watch. The Bachelor franchise has been kind of going downhill of late. But I heard someone saying today that the promos that they've been doing for the Golden Bachelor have been fabulous. But then I was on Instagram before, and they must have been showing one of the things for the Golden Bachelor, and it was his voice. And I said, oh, he's got a terrible voice. You know, but everybody is just not anxious. They're
What time
waiting
does it start?
I think tonight they're interviewing him.
Okay.
And then I think maybe the 28th is the night. What's today? The 26th in 2
Am I
nights.
allowed to
Thursday.
turn on the air?
Yeah, you can. Dinah's hot.
Yeah,
We shut off the air before.
Sorry.
It's that crazy time of year when, you know, if it's on, it's cold, but then if it's off, it's too hot. So you're constantly turning it on and off, right? What is the name of that show?
I'm not sure.
Love is Blind. Thank you. Love is Blind. So as I said, I'm very, you know, it just doesn't require much thinking. You just watch it.
Well, this way you can knit.
There you go. Anyway, so go ahead. What else is going on?
Not too much. I was able to knit up a few squares on my heirloom cardigan. So for those of you who don't know, we are hosting a knit along for the Heirloom Quilt cardigan. It's going to be 4 Zoom sessions. We have a private Facebook group. All Zooms will be recorded. We will likely post additional videos, technique videos, to our Facebook group, and we will talk about all the elements involved in the construction and the knitting of the Heirloom Quilt cardigan. It's designed
And the
by,
finishing of it as well.
of
right?
course, it's designed by Katrin Seeberger, and this is just part of my whips that I was working on.
Pretty.
So that's one square. And there's another square.
There you go.
So
Did you block them?
I gave it some steam. I
Steam
didn't go
block.
crazy
You
because
didn't
I
wet block.
haven't. No, I haven't actually woven in the ends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some knitting done. I cast on something new.
Show them.
Well,
We can go out. We can go out of order.
Okay, we'll go out of order.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I cast on the
What's that sock called?
Painting Bricks sock by Stephen
Go
West.
closer. Can you go closer?
Sure.
Look at that, guys. Is that yarn in the back of yarn that changes color?
No,
No, you're changing color.
I'm changing colors.
Ooh.
So
Was it minis?
mini skeins. So Lisa had asked me about places to visit in Amsterdam, like what she should do.
Lisa who? Your sister-in-law?
No, one of our clients.
Oh, I got you.
So she was asking if she should go to the Stephen West store, and she reminded me that I made a purchase there. It's when the Painting Bricks socks just dropped, and I showed them to my son Zach, who loves wearing knit socks, and he said, "Mom, I want those in those colors." So now I'm scrambling in the shop trying to find the yarn, and these are my minis.
Oh, so it's a bunch of mini skeins.
It's a bunch of minis. That's from Undercover Otter, I think.
Yeah, it's nice. I like
So
that.
new to me, and these are the
And what are they? The minis.
here,
Okay.
and these are the minis, and of course,
I have room of my own. Susan Crawford.
these are the colors that I picked. I tried to go as close as I could to match Stephen's socks, and I decided to just cast on.
So the minis were the collection of minis was a kit. In other
No.
words, you had to
I
buy
had
them.
to-
You had to buy
they-
each mini individually.
Yeah, it's like coming to our mini
Right,
rack
right,
and just
okay.
picking out the colors.
I love the name, not the bees.
That's this color.
It's an 80-20
It's really getting blown out. There it
nylon
is.
merino nylon.
Yeah, these are all merino nylon, so they'll
Great
wear.
color.
Yeah, it'll wear well. I did one sequence of all the colors, so
Oh, you
it's
did?
5
Let me
different
see.
colors.
1, 2. Oh, they're nice. Very nice.
This looks like a honeycomb more than.
I love that. I could see Zach wearing these.
Oh, he's
There's
going to love
Zach.
them.
He's good. Now, how high is the sock going to come?
So I haven't decided yet. He wants it taller. So the last time I
Oh, he
knit him
does.
socks, I think
Okay.
they were tennis socks, or low cut
Probably
socks.
like up to here, maybe. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because Stephen had us measure the ankle to determine the width. So I
When
think
you say the ankle, you mean here?
yes, I think because of the elasticity, and then when you pull it up,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, and it's like a double band, which is a really nice thick.
I know. I like that,
Yeah, for the top, I
especially
love that.
when you're wearing that. Yeah.
And now I just have ends to weave in.
Nice stability.
But look at how interesting. It's funny how the pattern on the outside looks the way that it does, and then this is what it looks like.
I
Yeah.
love that painting bricks pattern.
Love it.
Love that.
Well, is it honeycomb or painting bricks? Now I need to look.
I thought it was honeycomb, but he's got so many of them. I can't keep.
I think you're right.
What is the pattern? Oh, you're going to tell me.
I'm
going
gonna
to
tell you what it is. I'm sorry.
Well, while Dinah is looking that up, I will show you my whip. How does that go, Dinah?
Sounds good.
This is my continuing Eschers. You saw it last week.
So
I've
pretty.
made some progress on it.
Quite a bit.
Each, I think she says each repeat is 1.25 inches, and probably blocked. That's what it's going to be. Certainly, you can see me stretching it. But she says her finished length is 80 inches. It is not going to be 80 inches. It's probably going to be maybe 65 inches is what I'm saying. And I'm fine with that because 80 inches is kind of long. But I have, just so you can see, I have 2 skeins of each color. I am probably at maybe 26 inches or 27 inches now.
It's painting honeycombs. I'm sorry.
Painting honeycombs, okay.
Painting honeycomb socks.
You were right. You had a word from each one. Painting bricks and honeycomb, you were saying. So it's painting honeycomb socks, right? So this is what I have left. So once I have worked through this, I'll just double it, and that's what my length is going to be.
Right.
So it's fun. It's a fun repeat. It's a fun repeat. But again, I always find scarves, they seem to take so long.
Michelle was in today. I took a picture of hers. I'm going to post to
Michelle
Instagram.
Lambowski. Oh, is she doing the green and the pink?
Yes, I have to show it to you. It's so pretty.
So anyway, that is, let me see. Oh, pretty.
How nice.
That is pretty. So anyway, that is my Esha's Dream scarf. I'm nearing the halfway mark, so I'm excited about that. So I said, well, if I do 2 repeats a day, but really, am I going to do 2 repeats a day? I'm lucky if I get 1 repeat a day done, right? I have 18 repeats done. She says you have to do 47. So that would be maybe another 20 repeats. If I do a repeat a day, that's 20. But there are days when I can do more. So maybe 2 weeks you think I could do it in?
Get it done in 2 weeks?
Depends how many squares I make.
See, that's the challenging part. Being able to dedicate some time to all your webs.
Right. Well, you know, I felt good last week. Remember last week I finished my positivity beanie?
Yes.
So, and what I did is I took 1 day or a day and a half and I only worked on that.
The positivity beanie?
Right. But I felt good about that because I was able to finish it.
So it's interesting that you talk about feeling good and the sense of completion.
Right.
That's why I find knitting these squares.
You feel good when you finish one square.
100%. Hello.
How many squares do you have to make?
Well, it depends on the size that you're knitting.
You have to do 36.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of knitting.
You got 2 of them done.
Yeah, we were just talking about how long does it take to knit a square. I mean, I don't think I can knit. I'd have to be aggressive with my timing, probably knitting in the morning and at night.
To finish a square a day.
To finish a square a day.
Well, the thing is, you know, and I'm sure you find the same thing, if you were to do that in the morning, you have all good intentions of doing it in the evening, but you lose steam in the evening, especially if you're working all day and things like that. And, you know, life gets in the way. There are other things, you know, you've had a house full of
100%.
company, so even though you might have wanted to knit, you have to do other things. You know, wouldn't it be nice if you could just spend your day knitting and you didn't have to worry about anything else? I think we need to run away one day and just do that, Dina. But,
how about a week? I don't think a day is enough.
That sounds good to me. We'll have our own personal retreat.
There you go.
What were we just talking about? That, yeah.
No, the sense of completion. It's definitely rewarding. So I think when you, the psychology behind this project is that you want to finish the square.
Of course. Yeah.
So although you know that it might be a little tedious because you are doing fair owl knitting and you're attaching your floats, the idea of actually moving along the chart, finishing the square gives you that sense
and there's
of
also
accomplishment.
The color combination.
Yes.
You want to see the different combinations, the colors playing with each other, so that keeps it interesting.
We should show a picture.
Here it is.
So for those of you who don't know, this is the Heirloom Quilt.
Heirloom Quilt Cardigan.
Really pretty. It's a boxy cardigan. Katrin wanted us to feel like we were wrapped in a quilt.
Correct. And I think, so I swatched this weekend, and the first swatch I did, I used a DK weight yarn called Double Sunday, and this is my square.
Pretty.
It's pretty, right? There are some imperfections in it, but if I decided to go with this size square, I could probably use this one.
No one's going to know.
No one's going to know. I mean, I would know where there's an error, but not really an error, just a little, I see it right there. I might not use it. This was Madeline Tosh, which surprisingly, when I was knitting this, I thought this was going to be a bigger square than that one.
And?
It's not. It's just basically the same. I mean, don't you see it's right? Would you say it's the same?
It's the same.
Yeah. So anyway, however...
Did you block the Madeline Tosh one?
Yes.
What blocked it?
No, I haven't. So what I may do after I make my third one is wet block all 3 of them and see what they come. So my thing right now is I have to decide what size I'm doing. My gauge on that was, and when I say gauge, really the final size of the square is a little, I could go to a bigger needle. But that means I have to make another square. Right? So I have to decide, because the way the pattern is written, the number of squares varies from size to size.
They look beautiful.
and the cast on stitches. But if it's going to be not wide enough, then it's not going to give me the size that it needs to be. So in any event, I have to decide what I'm doing. But those are my 2 squares. And my
Do you have enough of either of these to work in your cardigan? Because that's kind of the palette.
I do. I have more. I have almost a full skein of this.
Fabulous.
I have a half a skein of that.
Fabulous.
And I also have glazed pecan. But I don't know. I have to see what colors I'm going to put in it. But I love this. And then did you see the one I started is, I just had it here. Where's that? Oh, here it is. The one I started last night in the larger square is this color.
Pretty. You want to show it to them?
It's like a deep olive kind of a color, right? And I did that with cream. But I haven't finished the square yet. So anyway, it's a work in progress. It's all about gauge, right?
Well, do you want to tell them about your new one?
My new one, my new square.
That you're swatching it in a different size?
Yeah. Well, again, she has different numbers of squares and different sizes depending on the size cardigan, right? So this is the other one, my new one.
Pretty.
Right. So we'll see. This might be too wide. So if it's too wide, I go back.
That's
then
a
to
size
that.
2. So I started with the size 1, and I got much smaller than
Right.
Pam's square.
Did you get smaller, but with your yarn?
Right.
Yeah, but that you would expect, right?
So I had to knit
How
up
much
the size
smaller
2.
was it? Did you measure it?
It was
Was
like
it like
this.
3 inches?
4 inches.
Oh, it was small. Yeah, it was small.
I'd be knitting forever.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, it is larger, but again, it's deceiving because when I was knitting this one, I said, "Oh yeah, that's bigger than this one," but it wasn't. So this may look a lot bigger, but maybe it's not.
Right.
So we'll have to see. I have to finish it, and I'll have to block it. But I'm looking at it, and I do not like the cream background.
Right.
So I will tell you right now, I probably wouldn't do a cream background.
For one of the squares. But you would use it as an insert.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah.
Right.
I agree with you.
Which is like a waste of time right now because although if I do decide to go with this size, I may just have to stick it in there because it is a finished square. We were talking about time, right? This was the second one I made, and this one I started at maybe 10 o'clock on Saturday evening. I finished at 1:30 in the morning.
Wow. I can't knit that late.
And of course I had to block it. I had to block it.
Before you went to
I
bed.
probably finished it a little after 1, and by the time I blocked it and whatnot, it was 1:30. But, you know, I don't know about you, Dina, but I'll do one more row.
I know. It's addicting.
I'll do one more row.
Yes.
I'll do one more row.
That's what I'm
No, I
saying.
have to finish this. And then, you know, the thing is done.
By the time you're... Right. It's true.
Forget about feeling exhausted the next day, right?
Right. Like I knit halfway.
Yeah.
And I feel like in my next sitting, here's my next
Yeah,
square,
there you go.
that I would definitely probably finish this.
Oh, that's pretty.
I like this color.
I like that colorway. Yeah, see, it's light, but it's not like stark, like the cream. You know, I don't like the starkness.
Yeah, I
personally.
had to remove it from my colors.
Does anyone else get like that? They stay up late knitting?
I don't know. Do you guys stay up and late?
You kind of
And
get
knit?
caught up in that.
I could wake up early in it if I knew that I had, like, I wanted to get something done. Getting up early is no problem. It's the,
but Dinah's an earlier to bed person.
yes,
You're
for
an
sure.
earlier to bed person. Where'd my squares go?
So we forgot to mention what we're wearing.
Oh, I am wearing the Arisu by Svetlana Volkova. It's on my project page. I used a fingering weight yarn from, who is it from, Dinah? From,
I think that was Artful Bell.
yes, Artful Bell, that's correct. It's a fingering weight yarn. It's lovely. I'll stand up in a second. It's got a lace detail at the bottom. I think it was knit bottom up. And here's my lace, if you can see. Bottom up, and then it's got a nice neck detail and its sleeve. It just comes off your shoulder. I love the way it sits like that. It's almost like a cap sleeve, but it's, you know, it just falls that way. So that's what I am wearing. What are you wearing, Dina?
I am wearing the River Top. It's from Sandnesgarn. I knit it in Lena. It is this top right here. We have individual leaflets back in stock. Please note,
It's a great top.
I love this top.
That's made out of Lena, you said, right? Yeah. Gotta make that next year, maybe.
We're not allowed to sell the leaflet without the actual yarn.
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
So
but
if you are interested, please, you can purchase the yarn online, request the leaflet. If you can't find it on the website, put in a note and we will call you for additional credit card info. The other pattern that we have back in stock is the Frankie sweater.
oh, that's lovely.
That's another great one.
And that
I have to
yarn
bring this
is-
out of hibernation.
You should. And that yarn is brushed alpaca.
Brushed alpaca.
I love that pattern.
This is a great one. So we just sold out of our last copy, so they're back in stock.
I have to. What is that sweater called? Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie. I have to say, I was at school the other day, and it was the thing where the kids walk to school. They don't really, I mean, some kids can walk, but a lot of kids take the bus. It's too far. So they had them go to a location and walk from there.
Okay.
So some of the parents came, of course, and they had little orange wedges for the kids and stamps and blah, blah, blah. And there's one parent there, and she's wearing a sweater that's like, Dinah, it looked like it was made out of that brushed alpaca.
The brushed alpaca.
And when it's got the big, like this, the big chevron
Yes.
pattern?
It's
It
like
was
a
3
Charlie Brown.
colors. It was like black, red,
It's like the Charlie Brown sweater.
and a cream. And I took a picture of her.
How fun. That's super
But
cute.
then I thought about it. I said, we've done that sweater already.
Yeah.
So I don't need to do it. But I thought, that's one you
cute.
could knit. Wasn't that fun?
Very cute.
Anyway.
Super cute.
Yep.
So that's what we're wearing. I'm trying to think if I have any. Oh, I have one more whip.
Oh, good.
I'm super excited about this one. This is my test knit for Natasha.
Oh, how are you doing with that?
I think I'm done with the body.
Oh, you're
which
making
is super
progress.
exciting. I have to tell you, knitting on a worsted weight yarn, goodness.
Goes much faster.
Game changer. Here it is. I'm
sorry,
up to the
Dana.
point where I need to
Here,
pick
I'm just
up.
going to do this. I'm going to just open
Yeah,
it
it
up
curls
a little
in.
bit. Yeah.
I'm going to do the border now, so that should open
And
up.
is the border, what kind of border is it? I know
a
that
ribbed.
it is a ribbed
There's
border?
ribbing, there's garter, and
Oh,
there's
nice.
I introduced the color as well.
Okay, nice.
Uh,
That almost looks like a fleur-de-lis.
so you want to know what my kids said?
You went,
I was talking to my son Zach, and he was watching me knit.
mm.
This reminds me of, okay, I don't know if I'm dating myself.
You probably are.
Who played Space Invaders on Atari?
Oh, I played
This-
Atari.
Atari.
Yeah, I did play
Okay.
Atari.
These are like the little Space Invaders that you shoot.
And what did Zach agree with you?
100%.
He did. There you go.
100%. But it does look like a fleur-de-lis also. It's
It
a
does
beautiful
look like
pattern.
a fleur-de-lis. It's lovely.
I feel like it's going to have
What does
a
she
Chanel-
call? Does she have a name for that stitch? Does she call it anything? No.
I don't remember.
Like on your last one, I think she had a
I
name for
want to
that
say
one.
it might be, I don't want to say.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
say
want to
it.
misspeak.
No, and it's not done anyway. It's not.
No. So here it is, my test knit for Natasha. I'm using Carabella Aurora 8. The name of the pattern is Malin,
How do you spell that?
Malin. So stay tuned. It'll be releasing in the
I was
beginning
going
of
to ask you that.
October.
Oh, you're getting there, Di. What kind of sleeve does it have?
Solid black, but
Oh, so it's not a pattern.
I don't know. I didn't get there yet.
Oh.
I didn't read ahead. All the testers usually read through the
I
pattern.
don't
ahead.
like to read ahead on the pattern. I like to be surprised.
No, I don't need to be surprised. I know it's solid.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. Customers would come into the store sometime, and they're contemplating a pattern, or they're getting a pattern, and they start reading it, and they keep going on and on and on. And
Sometimes
how you
we're like, don't read
it's
ahead.
like, don't read ahead. If I tell you now how to do it, you're not going to remember what I told you. When
That
you get
100%.
there. I know I wouldn't. I can't remember.
No,
what I
but
did
sometimes you
yesterday.
need to read a little bit ahead.
Right. Well, you'd like to know, is it top down?
Right. There's certain elements. Excuse me, I'm going to get
Sure.
my water.
Or there's short rows in the pattern, right? Things like that. So that's exciting, Dinah. A test knit coming out in early October.
Yes. I think she's another one starting this week.
Does she?
Yes,
Another
that
one.
beautiful shawl.
Uh-oh.
She's like on
Is it
fire.
fingering weight? You don't know.
Probably.
She doesn't know.
I
It
know,
probably
but
is if
details.
it's a shawl. It probably is if it's a shawl. Anyway,
It's actually gorgeous.
mm,
Alrighty.
what's next?
So what's next? We
talked about our whips. We talked about what we're wearing, and we talked about the knit-along.
yes, I have to say, people were smitten, Pam, with
With
your
what?
positivity beanie.
Oh,
hat.
were they? I didn't bring it today.
Well, we made kits. Some of you had asked if Pam's colorway is available in stock. We had Rebecca call in today. She wanted one with pink, a specific pink hat with yellow smiley faces. So we just gathered a few. We didn't go crazy. There are 2 pink options with the smiley face.
This would be the smiley face, and that would be the hat.
Yep. This is Kokon Taffy,
And that's the yarn I used, Kokon.
right? You use the yellow,
Yep.
the Lang Alpaca. This fingering weight is slightly different, but certainly close enough.
Yeah.
And that'll give you a wonderful texture and color on the hat.
We also put up a kit this way as well.
Now this is called Shocking. It's
More
a
of a
fingering weight.
neon,
Yes,
correct.
a neon pink.
Now, when I made my hat using the Kokon, which is 349 yards, I had enough that I could use it for a second hat. There's enough for this for a second hat. This, now I don't know how this compares in yardage, it's about the same. A 20-gram skein, I had, I think, 9 grams left, so that might be just a tad short. But again, there is enough to go on and use it in some combination for another hat.
Cute.
So those were the 2 pink ways. My color gray is available, right, Dina?
Yes, Cosmos with the yellow. This is a new kit.
Love this one.
This is chocolate brown. It's called Night by Kokon, and we put it with the coral faces.
Love that.
Super cute.
Right up my alley. And then
That is
there-
right up your alley.
It is. And then there's one more that I
Do you want to show them the gray and the...
Yep. This is the other gray.
So this is, it's called Sea, like a midnight sea. It's a beautiful shade of navy, and we paired that with the yellow. I don't know why it's getting blown out.
Because it's so neon. There you go. If you tilt
There
it
it
down,
is.
it's not so bad. And then this is another gray. It's a little bit lighter than the first one. And I think we didn't change the light. Remember we changed it last week. And this is little bit lighter. The difference being it's pictured on the website, but that's the difference. Just a shade lighter.
Very similar.
Yeah. So anyway, if you want to do the positivity beanie, we put a few kits together for you.
Yes, we didn't go crazy, but
Yep.
they're all there,
Yep.
and I think they're pretty well priced.
Exactly.
All right.
So I was home this weekend, and while I was home, you had made kits on Friday for the
The Soho Square,
thank you.
designed by Jackie Rose.
Correct, thank you. So I was knitting, and I said, "Oh, let me watch the." She put up a YouTube.
Yes, she did.
She did. So I watched the YouTube, and I have to say what resonated with me. We'll talk about it's a garter stitch pattern.
Yes, and she says it's very meditative.
It's got short rows, and that reminded me of like a church when we do the prayer shawls.
Yes.
And you knit the prayer shawls. It's the same thing. It's garter stitch, but again, it's the meditativeness, so to speak, of the project. And if it's a prayer shawl, you put in good thoughts, good prayers for whomever is going to receive this gift. And that reminded me of that. I very much so liked when she said that. She said she knit 7 of those other things. What were those things called? 2 color? Was it 2?
Yes.
From Pro Soho.
Yes, I ended up giving mine because of my
You
colors.
did?
Yes.
To who?
Someone ran short, so I
So you
gave
gave
her.
yours away?
Yes.
Jeez.
Because
Well,
she needed my own.
she knit like 7 of those things.
Why can't I remember the name of it?
Well,
It went viral.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people found it to be very boring or long, not hard to do, but hard to finish because it was a long
Right.
knitting project. But that sometimes is the saving grace.
See, I could be knitting it right here if I now.
Right.
Because I said
were
to
just
Dina,
saying,
I
yeah.
said to Dina, I find it very hard to sit here. And you might notice that I'm always moving my hands, always doing something with my hands.
It would be nice to be knitting.
Correct, but I don't have anything right now that doesn't require counting, that I
Which is
can
why
use.
we were talking about having a mindless knit.
Exactly. And I have things at home that I need to knit, but none of it is mindless. I can't just pick it up and knit it. It all requires thought.
I can't believe I can't think of her project.
It's making, if you go to, just go to her name. It's got to be there. Where's this one? Oh, it's not there.
Well, these are her patterns, that's why.
Go to her Instagram. Maybe if you go to Instagram and go back a little bit, you'll see it. It was it called a square?
The linen.
No, I don't think it was the linen. But anyway, it was a big piece. It involved 2 colors, and it was garter stitch. And this new piece, the Boho Square, is, again, all garter stitch, and it does have German short rows in it. But that's about it. Dina's going to find
I'm
this.
not going to find it.
I'll put it in the show notes.
Something's weird with Ravelry. It's
Is that right?
bouncing back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
now
Ravelry sometimes gets that way.
it's on the fritz.
But so she came up with this Boho Square. What she's holding up here is the shawl or the wrap.
There's the wrap.
And then
I believe that's the wrap, which is 50 inches by 50 inches. She has the square, which is 36 by 36. And then she also has the wink, which is an even smaller size. It's 22 by 22.
Is it 22 by 22? I wasn't sure.
So that's more of like a headscarf or...
Correct. Or wrap. And she, it's a play on 4 colors, 2 main colors, and then the striping colors. I mean, I would watch the YouTube video if you want a little more information on it.
The half and half wrap.
Thank you. The half and half wrap. Thank you.
That would have bothered me. I'm sorry.
It's so funny when that gets into your head and you can't remember something, right? But anyway, so this involves 4 colors. I think if you were doing the wrap, her yarn, she had 2 skeins of each of the main colors and 1 skein
Yes.
of the contrast. We did some kits. We did not kit it for the wrap. We kitted it for the
Square.
the scarf, right?
You could do the wink or the square.
And for some reason, I'm thinking that she said you could do both.
What do you mean?
With the 1 skein, you'd have leftover enough to do the wink. I thought
don't
that's
know.
what she said, but I could be wrong. Watch the YouTube video. But again, you know,
I don't know.
if you wanted just to make the wink, you can make more than 1 wink.
Right.
There you go. But anyway, so this is the piece that's called the Boho Square.
I'm
right?
smitten with this.
Yeah, it's
I
lovely.
can't wait to cast
Yeah,
one on.
exactly.
I'm on the verge of casting one on with Fua Fua. And we didn't make kits with the Fua Fua
yes.
because we're afraid that
Well, there's a 13-yard
I'm
discrepancy.
going to message her.
Yeah, you should. You should message her. Do that. Then we
Do
can
that
pick our
right now.
colors.
Like, hopefully she'll answer.
We kitted it up 3 different ways, and all very valid, good ways. The first way we used the Surrey silk from Suburban that we got in last week, or whenever, 10 days ago. And you'll see the other ways too. We'll show you these first. Maybe you'll get an answer while we're on the podcast.
Can you imagine?
Wouldn't that be nice? Well, it's not live, so it's recorded. We'll have an answer
Still.
for you. Anyway, I'm going to start showing some colors,
Sure.
Dina. This is the first color combination: Cadet, Wisteria Lane, Dusty Pink, and It's Electric. So again, with these kits, you can decide, you know what, I want my stripes to be, what, you could do anything. I don't know. Did you have a vision when you did this, Dina, in terms of what you thought it would be?
I thought that resonated with Caitlin's. Let me see if I can pull up Caitlin's wrap. She had done it.
This was a stripe, this color, and this was a main color.
Hold on.
She had several of them, too.
Yes, there were
She had
several.
several.
But
So,
let me see. This one, the wisteria.
oh,
Here it
that's
is.
the one.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not quite the same, but that's the one that kind of felt like it had a
So
similar
her stripes
vibe.
were
I think she
these
has,
2, right?
Yes. And she
this-
has the purple on one
right.
side, and then she has the dark color on the other side. Hers looks like a chocolate brown.
Yeah,
We put navy,
there you go.
but very pretty.
So
Hi,
that is
Caitlin.
one way. This is a pretty one too. This is another one. Again, this also uses navy, and it uses It's Electric. It uses Velvet Magenta and Chicory, I believe that is. So there you go. Again, it would be lovely to have these 2 as the stripes and the outer ones as the main colors. But again, you have the yardage, so you can do whatever you like to do with it.
Yes. I don't know how I picture that one.
I don't know. I was thinking these would be the stripes.
Yes,
but
that was kind of the vibe.
correct.
Yep.
Now this is another pretty one. I know what I would do with this one. This reminds me of the one she showed kind of in that picture that she's holding up. Let me just put the skeins all going in the same direction. She had a green and a blue as her main color, and she had like a toffee and an orange as a stripe. So this kind of reminds me of that. And this one has coal, clean slate, gold, and is this steel? Smoke, excuse me. So there you go. You have some on your side, Dina, that you can hold up.
Okay. This one here is the Cadet Blue.
Pretty.
And freshly cut, both from Suburban. And I thought these would be a beautiful stripe. The Cosmopolitan and the Wisteria.
That's pretty.
That's
Like
pretty.
that.
So that would be the stripe on the green, and that would be the two stripes on the navy side.
There you go.
So that's a lovely shawl. And then I also have this one here. This is Coal, Cozy, Feeling Spicy, and Eggplant.
There you go.
I like that one.
It's pretty.
It's got a warm tone.
Yep.
So that's that. We also created some using the Lang alpaca. It's another alternative, not hand dyed. They are stamp dyed. So I shouldn't say stamp dyed. They're machine dyed. So we have mustard as an option. And then we decided to do the black and white. It's really a gold color. The black and white would be the stripe on one side, and then the other side of the shawl would be the charcoal. So that's a pretty one. Really fun. Next up we blended this kit. This one has the light gray, the steel by Suburban Stitcher, and the other half would be the charcoal. And for the stripes, we have the blue and the green.
Gorgeous.
That's fun.
That's pretty.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, I like that one. This also, in a similar vein, you've got the gray
On one side.
and steel. And these are your pops, the royal and the
Fun.
purple. Isn't that pretty?
Super fun.
And there's one more that I can show you, and that is, here you go, Dina. It's one main color. The other main color is here.
So this one is like the coral, which is very pretty. We have the charcoal on the other side. And then the ivory and the yellow
Oh, that's gorgeous.
would be the
Isn't that
stripes.
pretty?
That's a fun one.
That's a fun one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the
pretty.
pop of the
Oops.
coral.
Yep.
So you kind of have a dark side and a light side.
So we thought those were nice combinations. And then we couldn't help ourselves, could we, Dina?
We had to do some more.
We had to do one more. This is a short one. Oops. This is the Merino Cloud from Art Yarns.
Yes. This colorway is like a dark purple. Then you have the
It's like an
medium.
eggplant.
Yeah, this is eggplant purple, fuchsia, and this pretty light blue.
Isn't
Bold
that pretty?
colors.
So we were thinking these as the stripes, right?
Fun.
Love
That is gorgeous.
And this is an 80/20 merino cashmere. Lovely
Right.
blend. And there's one more that we did like that, and that's right over here. And
This one's more in the earth tones and denims.
just show my-
We have the navy. How would we do this one?
we were doing, I think, this was a stripe.
I think these two are the stripe.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have a light blue side and a dark blue side,
But
and then
again,
that was the stripe.
you
You could
can-
do it either way.
Exactly. That's my, yeah.
Yeah.
You could
With this
decide
one,
which-
you really could decide.
Love that.
You can have the gold and the denim
Right.
and have two dark sides.
Now, of course, on all of these things, Dinah and I picked a few select kits. You can do whatever you want. You can.
Right.
There are many colors of the Surrey. I think we have over 30 colors.
Yes, you can create your own. We have a lot of pastels, so if some of
There are a
you
lot
are
of
in
pinks, right?
warmer climates, you can certainly go for something like that.
Right.
In fact, well, I could just post some.
What were you going to say?
I was going to pull one, but it's okay.
Okay.
I think we've shown enough. We have enough kits on the website. There are plenty on the website.
Now,
for
everyone's
you
going to want to know what it is you would have pulled, Dinah.
Okay.
You have to do it. Oh, come on. Because even I want to know what it is you would have
It's
pulled.
pastels.
Well, it's just good to see the pastel, something a little different. Oh, yeah. Here she comes. Oh, that's pretty. What are you going to put in there?
No, I mean,
Oh, a couple of different ones.
Yeah.
She's got a couple of them now.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of show.
It doesn't always have to be moody and dark and bright.
So we have a bunch of pastels here, but I was thinking something in this vein.
Oh, that's good, pretty.
And you can even lighten it up. That's very pretty. You could put the purple in there. So there is no right or wrong.
And there's a gray.
Stunning with the gray.
Love it with the gray. Everyone loves the gray and the pink.
Yes.
I think the gray, the pink, yeah, or else the. Well, again, it's endless, you know. Whatever.
You can have fun with
But they're all on the website, and it would be a skein, a skein, a skein. Now, we did not do Fuwa kits because it has that 13-yard discrepancy, and we don't know if they used. Now, again, keep in mind, what we kitted is not for the shawl or the wrap.
No, the wrap you'd need extra. So if you were considering knitting the 50-inch by 50-inch square, you would need additional yardage for your two outer colors, the colors that you're going to have, your main colors.
Yeah.
So they are kitted for either the square, which is 36 by 36, or the wink. Which I forgot. What did I say? 22
the wink
by
would
22?
be even the wink would be a great gift for people.
Adorable.
A great holiday gift.
Yes.
It's always nice to have. You know, I'm thinking of Jackie. Doesn't she always do holiday gifts each year?
Yes.
But she's already got what she's making, right?
I think so. And I think this might be...
well, listen, that's fine. Next year. It's always next year.
No, I think budget-wise. I don't know.
Okay.
It would...
Yeah, but even, I mean, she could do that. That's not as, you know, as costly. You can make more than one from a set, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the only other thing that Dinah wanted to show you
we have some new...
we always like sharing. One part of the advantage of being in the yarn shop is that you can live vicariously through other people.
Yes.
Right, Dinah?
We have new FOs and we have new projects on the mannequins.
I can find the
as
right
you
way
can
for
see.
this.
I have to thank Patty. Wait, let me just talk about Birds of a Feather. We had mentioned this last week.
Yeah.
And Patty is a local customer. Well, actually, not so local. She lives in New Jersey, but her mother lives here in town. She grew up in Port. And she had knit this Birds of a Feather using the kitty from Kokon Mohair. And we paired it with, I think it was a gray. I don't remember. It might have been Suburban Stitcher. And she heard that we were talking about the Birds of a Feather, and she emailed me and said, I just finished mine. Would you like to show it off?
There you go.
And we love showing your projects off. So that is her Birds of a Feather. Now, we do have lots of Kokon fingering weight. I think that is just a soft, pretty
what I like about the fingering mohair.
The kitty. Do you see how it stripes out?
You see how the kitty stripes out over here?
So pretty.
It's beautiful. So you could use a solid fingering.
Right. And we have we have the Suburban Sockin, and we also have kitty. Now, it also doesn't mean that it has to be in a mohair. We had mentioned that we have the Surrey Silk. So if you want to use the steel, for example, and put the pink or a blue in there, you certainly could do that as well. Right. So there's so many options. You can do gray and yellow. You could do the light pink.
And we were also, Dinah and I are contemplating, as a matter of fact, we started pulling for some Birds of a Feather, because it's such a great piece, with the Surrey and the fingering that we got in. But also, if you used a speckled fingering with one of these, a solid,
the inverse.
That reminds me of your original one that you did, which was like, I don't know what that main color was. It was like an asphalt or a something like that.
And then I went with a solid gray mohair.
Correct. So again, that's a lovely FO. Who else is on the mannequin?
This is a shawl that Linda had knit, and I'm afraid I don't know the name of it. I want to say that it might be by Melanie Berg.
It almost looks like another kind of painting bricks. Not painting bricks.
Somewhat, yeah. It's not that
She
one.
used Weld from Hudson and West, which is like a sport weight. Maybe it goes up to 26 stitches to 4 inches. It goes between fingering and the sport. And it's lovely. She used the cream, that dusk color, the Cabernet, which is lovely. And
I'll have to reach out and ask her. I'll try to put it in the show notes.
What is the blue called again on that? Lake. There it is. It's lovely.
Yes. And then we have another beautiful shawl
see it.
behind Pam.
I think I have to get it, Dinah.
Okay.
It's out of the...
It's a
on the
Stephen West
mannequin.
shawl. I want to say, I think it's called the Crosswalk
Crosswalk? I
Yes,
can see that he
crosswalk
calls that
shawl.
Crosswalk. I could see
by
that.
Stephen West. Super fun. And this one Allison knit, and we love it.
It's very pretty. And what yarn did she use? Do you know?
She used Buzzwords. She used a kit that we had put together. I want to say they're all 3 colors from Asylum Fibers.
Is this DK weight yarn?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
It's DK weight from Asylum.
Look at that, guys. Look at those stitches.
3 different colors, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. But yet, these stitches, you can see how they're all kind of related with that.
Is it 3 or 2?
I think it's 2 colors.
2
Dinah.
colors.
2,
You're
but this
right.
is one, and then
Yes.
mixes them.
Super fun. So it's always nice to kind of see what's coming through the shop. This one here is Allison's tweed cardigan. She did the knit along with Clinton Hill Cashmere. Rebecca held that knit along, and she picked different colors. She made it a darker version, and it's beautiful. I think navy was her main color.
Yes, yep.
The deep navy, although it looks black. And then she put the new purple, the lavender.
She put that
She's
lighter
got that
blue,
pink
that,
and the indigo. Mm-hmm.
Very pretty.
And the pink.
Great
Yep.
job.
Gorgeous,
There you go.
Allison.
There you
Love
go.
it.
So inspiration.
Meryl picked hers up today.
Did she?
Oh,
What
my
colors
goodness.
did Meryl have?
She had the one that was with ivory, the lavender. We tweaked it a little bit from the original palette. But I have to say, it's so squishy. And she tried
It's
it on.
lovely,
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
She liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's ready to cast on another one.
And a shop favorite is the Salty Air Tea.
Yes. We
This-
had hosted a knit along with this one.
Merino linen.
Yes, it is.
And it's a pink, like a rose.
Beautiful.
There you go. So we like to share what we have finished in the shop with you guys.
Sometimes you'll find inspiration through
and-
other people's projects.
Right. And sometimes you'll find kits for the particular project we show on the website. If not, just give us a call.
Pam,
Yes.
we got happy mail.
Oh, look at that.
Paula, finally, I'm gifting this to Pam.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Dinah. Thank you, Paula.
Paula, thank you for shipping us our very own Lumos. It says beautiful cord to wear around your neck
Oh, that's
when
nice.
you're knitting in the dark.
You know, I have to I have to protect this, Dinah.
From
My husband this weekend had gotten a book or 2 in the mail, and he spent all day Saturday. You know, you go down the rabbit hole, which is something he can easily do.
What,
He said, "I
looking
want
for-
a book light."
you better hide it from him.
He spent all day looking for a book light online, and Emily was over, and she was saying, "Well, they have this one around your neck, you know, whatever." And
How funny.
thank you so much.
Paula, can't thank you enough. I promised Paula that we have to get Joan's. Well,
What? Joan's
we
what?
should share the story. I have 2 stories, beautiful stories to share.
Go ahead.
So, Paula, did I share the story already?
I don't know. No, I don't know what the story is.
When you went to visit Joan,
Yeah. I don't
you
think I
had
did.
posted a picture on Instagram. One of our clients, Paula,
Mm-hmm.
mentioned that she used to be a knitter of Joan's.
Oh, that's fabulous. I
Bayside.
have to tell Joan that.
She wants her she wants her address.
Okay.
She wants to correspond with her, and I promised her that I would, and I just haven't had a
How
moment.
old is Paula?
Oh, I don't know.
No, but I mean, well, Joan is 94. Okay, so
Paula used to knit with Joan when she was
had
at
her
Knitwits.
shop.
In
oh,
fact,
in Knitwits.
at
Wait,
Knitwits.
that was her store, Knitwits.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But the crazy thing is that Paula's email has the word Knitwit in it
Get out of
from
here.
Joan.
Is that right?
Yes, and she was just tickled when she saw your picture, and she decided to gift us these
that
beautiful
is so sweet.
lights. So thank you so much.
I will use that.
Yes, we both will.
Absolutely.
I'm traveling. I know this will be very handy
That'll
on the
be
plane.
very handy
Yes.
for you on the
Yes.
plane.
So
Absolutely.
thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
And then I just have to share another little story because I got an email or a message from Lorian, who used to be part
Yes.
of the Knitting Posse, and she was asking me about a person that wanted her address, and she, you don't just give your address
Oh,
to
of course
everyone.
not.
You
No,
want to
no,
ask,
yeah.
or kind of just make sure that the person who's asking is somewhat legitimate or
Of course.
accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So I certainly vouched for this particular person, and she was just saying how sweet it was because she had given her notes or something, or her shared an experience with
Lorianne
knitting.
had.
The other
person
person
had.
Yes. And she was just touched and moved, and she shared about how, you know, I'm going to read it.
Now, this is from who? This is from this other person or from Lorianne?
This is from Lorianne.
Okay.
So she said, thanks for validating the person. She sent me a lovely handwritten note detailing several things we have in common, and she sent me some notes from a class she took that she thought I might find useful. Knitters really are the best. And it's just beautiful because they are the best. We connect in a unique way.
Yep.
And I just, I love it when I can be a part of that.
Yep.
I know that it's interesting because we had a client reach out to promote our class.
Correct.
And I'm not usually, we do the Instagrams, we like publish whatever we post on our social media and post on podcasts, but I would never go out and personally reach out to someone, and I actually did. And I said, I promise you, I'm not really soliciting. I just reaching out because one of your viewers,
someone had recommended that you do that. Yeah.
And, we just touch each other in unique, lovely ways, and we spread kindness, and it's fun. And
I do agree with that's what knitters do.
We have a big heart when it comes to sharing our creative.
Even sharing our work sometimes, too, as, evidenced by a lot of these things, like you talk about prayer shawls and all that kind of
100%.
stuff, right? You do things thinking about people and what their needs are. So I think that's great. We know that knitters are wonderful, right, Dina?
Yes. And on another wonderful note, that's my husband. He's wondering where I am.
Where are you? It's time to go.
No, they're ready to have dinner, so I do need to end abruptly.
Well, there you go.
Sorry. Anyway,
but
we were wrapping it up.
Yeah, we've covered everything that we wanted to, and we hope that you enjoy some knitting. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to call the shop, message, text, DM, whatever.
It all works.
Yeah.
Wishing you a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
All
Good
right.
night, everyone.